Welcome, everybody. It's Monday again. Thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel. And
we are the hosts of Candid Conversations.
Hi, I'm Saucy Sunny.
Dawn B.
Aisha Israel.
Welcome to Candid Conversations.
Girl talk. Girl talk.
Girl talk.
All girl talk.
Ready for Candid Conversations?
We are ready to get started.
Are you?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am Aisha Israel, your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach. And I am trying to get myself together, but I want to thank you guys for joining us. We have an amazing show lined up for you today, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope your Monday went well today. We're still celebrating Women's History Month. Today happens to be International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to all you lovely ladies out there. So this weekend, I don't know if you did, but I watched Coming to America 2, and I've seen mixed reviews. So I was in the movie theater 30 something years ago. I guess I was like, I don't know, 13, 14. How old am I? We're not gonna talk about that. Okay, so anyway, I was in the movie theater all those many years ago, laughing my behind off at the very R-rated Coming to America, the original, but I found it hilarious. And so I was much looking forward to Coming to America 2, which I can say was not as funny as the first one, but I did enjoy it. I think it was more nostalgic for me than anything else. But I had a good time watching it. I did laugh. I do think that Leslie Jones made the movie, but other people may have different opinions. And then my aunt pointed out something to me today that I forgot about. She was like, I didn't like it. I was disappointed. I didn't like all that spitting on people. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, you have a good point there, but I forgot all about that. All right, so before we get started, let me see who chimed in. Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Thank you. Thank you for liking my intro. And so chime in. You know, it's time to put the comments in, join the conversation as we go, and we will acknowledge you. But as I stated before, we are celebrating Women's History Month, and we are going to start with our boss chick of the evening. I had the pleasure of meeting her prior to tonight and talking to her. I just am inspired by so many things. I will talk to her about some specifics when I bring her on. But first, I'm going to play her intro for you. So sit back and get ready for Sandi Robinson.
This is a really cool program that we're going to talk about. It's called Shy Gives Back.
Of Shy Gives Back, Corey Marshall, Sandi Robinson.
I'm actually going to bring Lola in, who's going to give us a rundown
passing out free school supplies such as pens, notebooks.
That's where Shy Gives Back steps in. Local goodwill.
That's why we're called Shy Gives Back, because we want to be able to give back to different communities in the Chicago area, in the urban area.
Great that I have great people around me like Shy Gives Back.
Hosted by Shy Gives Back. Remember that name because we're doing this year round.
Hi, Sandi. Welcome to Candid Conversations. How are you?
Hi, Aisha. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm glad to have you here. I mentioned in my intro, I'm just so curious if you could start by telling us a little bit about your organization and what makes you a boss chick.
Absolutely. So Shy Gives Back was created 3.5 years ago, unofficially the half, and 3 years officially. And we started just 3 individuals that were young African Americans that enjoyed giving back to kids. And it started with a toy drive, and we had a goal of 500 toys. I think we did about 1,500 and raised money, and it was a whole entertainment. It was a whole thing.
Okay.
And once you start giving back and you start doing things where you see where your work is going, it just, you feel good. You feel really good about doing things, and it makes you want to do more. So that's honestly how Shy Gives Back was created, because we feel that there's so many underserved areas in the city, and just so many people that need help and resources. And we've kind of become that organization that's hands-on. And if we see that there's a need somewhere, we kind of going diving straight in and trying to help wherever we can.
I love it. And so how long ago, you said it's almost 3.5 years. How long ago did you start the Chicagoland Toy Drive, and who gets to reap the benefits of that?
So the Chicagoland Toy Drive is that half. So in December 2017, we had our first toy drive. And then we were donating the toys to a safe haven, which is a women's shelter on the west side. And from there, people were able to come. Companies ended up collecting toys as well. Friends of ours collected toys, and people came to the toy drive, which was at the Godfrey Hotel, and they dropped off their toy. Well, it was more than just bringing a toy, dropping off a toy, or raising money for it. We want people to have an experience whenever they come to our event. So we had live entertainment. We have some great Chicago artists that are on board. We had food and band. Like, it was just a whole event. There were raffles. So it's more than just giving a toy. And we like to create an experience, because that experience is what's really memorable to people. So that first year was a safe haven. After that, we've donated toys. This past year, we donated toys to DCFS, as well as, there's been so many organizations. A Wayward Home for the Boys and Girls. And we've donated toys. There's also families that we just select at random. People have nominated these families, and they've had a story to tell. Everyone has a story. So we always encourage people to tell us why do you feel this person should receive whatever it is, if that they're on the tail end, whether it's a toy, whether it's financial, whether it's, a computer. We always love to hear people's stories. So, this past year, we had about 20 families that we selected, and we had people that sponsored families in whole. And we would go to people's houses, and they would have a tree and nothing under the tree. And by the time we left, they would have a full Christmas with toys that are wrapped, gifts that are wrapped, and even not just the kids. We've had people to sponsor families that they also said, hey, tell me what the mother needs. Tell me what the father needs. And so they've sponsored entire families. So there's definitely so many different opportunities for groups of people, especially now during COVID, when, times are hard. People just don't have it like they used to. Yeah. We're just trying to make sure we're doing our part to help out as many people as we can.
Oh my goodness. I think that's such a blessing. And I know that it feels good to be able to give things away, and especially to see the faces light up on the children when they receive those, especially when they didn't have them before you arrived. So I know that's good. And I'm going to give you an opportunity. I don't want you to tell me just yet, but because I'm sure people are thinking about it, how to get in touch with you if they know a family that's in need or an organization that could use your help. But it wasn't just a toy drive, because I saw Teach to Give on there. So I know that you have a relationship with teachers. Can you tell me about that?
Sure. Teach to Give is one of our favorite initiatives. Teach to Give started, it was an idea of doing a book bag drive. And it was the second event after our first toy drive. And what turned into, let's do a book bag drive. One of our co-founders said, can we also incorporate teachers into this? And we were like, actually, no one ever really celebrates teachers. When it's back to school time, it's always supplies, and it's always a book bag. But no one ever says, hey, CPS teacher, thank you for spending your own money, because we know that you really don't make anything. So what we decided to do was an event called Teach to Give, and it's a 2-part event. The first event, we had about 200 to 300 teachers, teachers and admin just from CPS schools. And it was just really a time for them to come together and fellowship and just network with each other. It was also our opportunity to say, thank you so much for all that you've done over the years. Thank you for teaching our kids. Thank you for, especially now, parents, that little kid that they thought were an angel. They're really seeing how they really see how they act and how they respond, in a classroom setting, which is conventional right now. But, to be at home with a child all day, you see the type of attention that they're in need of.
Right.
So, it's thanking all these teachers that, this is what they do. They go to school every day and they're teaching children, and some kids or some principals and teachers have done this for 15 years and 20 years.
Right.
And we've had people come up to us and say, thank you for just acknowledging us. No one has ever done an event like this. So we want people to come, have food, have some drinks, network with each other. Again, we have entertainment and raffles and photo booths, and it's a whole fun event.
It sounds amazing.
It is. It's so much fun. And then again, we have people to nominate, and we'll actually be opening up our nominations for teachers in April. But we have people to nominate teachers that they feel have gone above and beyond, over the years. And the stories that we hear from people, they're just incredible stories. You never know what people want to say or have to say about you. So a lot of these are, their peers or their former students, or there's someone that's in the community that says, Miss Hicks she'll go out of her way and she'll buy the kids. There was someone in the classroom that didn't have a book bag or didn't have a uniform shirt. And these are what teachers are doing, and I guess you don't really realize it until you interact and some teachers, but teachers end up spending a lot of their own money to buy school supplies and to just make their classroom more approachable and teachable for their students. So what we've done, we've created our Teach to Give, which we have about $250 that goes towards each teacher, and they have school supplies. And last year we did PPE, thermometers, and it was just kind of like all the things that they needed. And we did Lysol and hand sanitizer. And back then it was extremely hard to get.
Yes, I remember.
It was really hard to get. August of last year, it was not easy to get Lysol. Right. With the help of a generous donor, she said, Sandy, we want to help. If you can get the supplies, we'll pay for them. We'll take care of them. I contacted a Walgreens, and they were like, I know your limit is only 2, but we need like 50 of each. And I told him what we were doing, and he said, absolutely, you guys are, more than, we're so happy to help out. So these classroom kits are compiled of, the essentials. And this past year, the essentials were more so, PPE.
Okay. Well, I have one more question for you. So I know, because I interviewed you before this, I spoke to you before this, that you have a very successful professional career. So with that, I wanted to know why you chose to highlight Shy Gives Back as opposed to your, what other people would consider, what to talk about or what makes you a boss chick. So why did you choose Shy Gives Back?
So my full-time job is I'm the director of sales for the Godfrey Hotel. And I've been doing that for 8 years this year. And everyone knows the Godfrey for its amazing rooftop. And everyone, a lot of people have been there. People have been there, they partied, they've been there with a significant other. Some people have been proposed to there. And it truly is an incredible event space. However, I chose Shy Gives Back because what makes me a boss chick is more so the giving back component. I feel that it is so important to be able to give back to your community. And whenever you have an outlet, to do so, you should take that opportunity to do it. And Shy Gives Back during this pandemic, we know that hotels have been, underwater, and the hospitality industry has just been tough. It's been very tough. And just being able to give back, and we've created so many different programs during the pandemic related to senior citizens and related to people that are suffering from homelessness. That to me was the gratifying component of just my life. people, life was just so different, this time a year ago, honestly, I was actually in New Orleans and thinking everything was going to be okay. But, this time, a year or 2 years ago was just so different. And no one ever thought that, the partying would stop and the going out to eat and to drink would stop. And, God had a different plan. He stopped us all. And a lot of people from that have been blessed to open businesses, to just stop and reset. And for me, it was to reset and see what's needed in our communities. And it really I was able to really dive more into our vision of Shy Gives Back, which is to make sure that you're doing what you should be doing in your own backyard. So to me, it was also being able to encourage and inspire other people to get out there and do the same thing. And that's when you truly become a boss, is when you can encourage and inspire others to do something different, and encourage and inspire other people to just, think about someone else and to give back where, it doesn't even have to be financial. We've had volunteers come out and say, thank you. I just wanted an opportunity to do something. I wanted an opportunity to just put my footprint on something, just to say that I volunteered. And, it's just, it really makes a difference. And it's incredible of how many people want to actually help and want to do something and want to get involved. So just being able to be that outlet was incredible. And it always has been.
Awesome. Now, can you tell people how they can get in touch with you if they need any of your services?
So we are Shy Gives Back, everything on social media, shygivesback.com, on Instagram. You can also email us or you can email me at Sandi with an I at shygivesback.com. And we love our volunteers. Our volunteers are what moves us forward.
All right. Sounds good. And so I am going to extend an invitation to you, because our segment has come to a close, but I thank you so much for all that you do. I think you're doing an amazing job, and I love what you do. Yes. And so I want to invite you to stay for the remainder of the show. We get into some relationship conversation a little bit later. Would you like to stay?
I'm here for it.
All right. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Next up, we have Shy T with Imani.
Trapping. Trapping.
Hey, honey. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm always excited and a little bit nervous when you come on the corner. What you want to talk about today? So what's the tea today?
I want to talk about Camille Windrush. And a lot of people may not know her by that name. And they may know her by Nessa off of the Bernie Mac show.
Nessa, yes. Let me get that picture you sent me. Okay. Oh, is that? No, this is the one you sent me. Okay.
No, it's a lot of bad chatter and good chatter on social media because Nessa has an OnlyFans, okay? And the stuff that she posting on there, America is not ready. I wasn't ready because I grew up on Bernie Mac. But at the end of the day, a lot of celebrities have OnlyFans nowadays. And like I said, it's a lot of bad comments about her in the shade room, and she actually addressed it. And she came out on social media and said that her worth as a human being is not measured by the problems that she take or by the lengths of her resume or by the judgment of strangers. And with that being said, she's 31 years old. You know, that's a grown woman. She doing what she want to do, making her money. She's not the only person in the world who has OnlyFans. It's moms out here with OnlyFans, you know, people who we wouldn't even think have OnlyFans. But I think it bothered people because they grew up on her.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
It's more like, this is a family show. I know you from this. Like, no, Nessa, I don't want to see you like that. But
now, do you think people were bothered or shocked?
Shocked.
Because
Okay.
Because
my grandma was like, what? You know, looking like, you grew up on her. But I wasn't really bothered because, like I said, everybody has OnlyFans now. I don't have one, but almost every celebrity and regular person has an OnlyFans. It's a way to make money. I mean, why should she be ridiculed for doing something that everybody else do? And she a grown woman.
Okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, you guys told me I couldn't have an OnlyFans page because nobody want to see me cooking.
Yeah, you might not make no money like that.
All right. You said you had 2 topics, right? Because you sent me a couple pictures.
Yes, the Rose toy. Everybody is going crazy about the Rose toy. It's a vibrator. It has like 10, 11 speeds.
Yeah. Okay, I don't even know what to ask.
You gotta read the reviews, but everybody going crazy over it on Facebook. Like they around the time where all the snow was outside, they was like, "Go ask your Rose toy." You know, ain't no man go shove you out. Go ask your Rose toy because the women were so hooked on these roses.
When did these come out? They came out during the winter
storm? They've been out. Amazon tell them they $40 on Amazon.
What? $40?
Yes, only $40 on Amazon.
I don't really know. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in the other ladies. Maybe they can help me with this. Hey, Dawn, what do you say? You ready to join us? This is Beyond.
Hey. What are we doing? We handing out roses and gift bags today?
And Maisha, and we're bringing back Sandy. Sandy,
this is my mouth.
Look, the Rose toy is bomb. Okay, don't ask me how I know.
You just say what now, Imani?
It's bomb.
I need more water for this.
You said okay.
I'm looking it up.
I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
What makes it different? What makes it different than other toys?
Because first off, this one don't take batteries. You plug it into it like a USB thing, and it sits like on a charger. It's like 2 magnetic things at the bottom, and it clicks onto the charger, and it charges like that. It's waterproof. It's like,
lots of fun.
It's nice. It's nice. Like pulling on the wall. It's real nice.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it a sucking toy too?
It's a suction. Yes. Yes. Don't get that.
Okay,
for only $59.99 on Amazon.
It's the deal.
$99. I thought you said it was $40. Where you
I got mad for $40.
Oh, okay.
We find out you was on 87.
Right. In the launching of it.
Okay, so y'all, does everybody have a wine glass? Let's toast to Women's History Month, and then we'll start greeting our. Oh yeah, you say you drinking water. Are you doing water?
Put your water
or what?
I'm just trying to do
Put your water.
Oh, okay.
Water too, sparkling lime water.
I love it.
Hey. I love them. I love those.
I'm drinking tea.
So Dawn, I think you're muted.
Yep.
Yeah, she talking to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, it won't let me unmute you. Okay.
Her little men. They can't know about the Rose toy.
Oh, that's smart. That's really smart. Okay, let's see who's here tonight. Well, we already said hi to Brandon. Oh, he commented. He said Wesley and Leslie. And Mo Renee, you look so pretty. I'm gonna say thank you, but she might be talking to any of us. What do you think? He said he hates that Salt and Pepper were there without Spinderella. Well, you know they're not getting along these days. All right, thank you, Tasha. Huh? Tony says, "Hey, Sandy." Somebody tuned in for Sandy. Eb Joe. Shabita Carter. Hey, y'all beautiful ladies. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Sandy. Sandy got some fans. All right. Oh, these are people responding to Sandy. Okay, so sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments at the time. I was busy talking. Sorry. But they're saying you're so inspiring and all kinds of great things. Oh, nice. Oh, hearts. All right, Sandy. Well, Sandy, thank you.
All
these wonderful comments. Okay. So we don't usually spend that much time directly on them, but I am so excited that so many people have chimed in. So continue the comments throughout the conversation. I am going to go over the rules for Girl Talk. So how this works is we have questions, scenarios, and memes, and each lady on the panel gets an opportunity to choose any of those, and whatever they choose, they have the first opportunity to respond uninterrupted before the rest of us chime in. All right, so I'm going to pick Imani first, and then we're going to go clockwise, so kind of like in a circle. All right, Imani, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Would you like a question, a scenario, or a meme?
A scenario.
All right, let's go. We're gonna read it and then let me know what you think. All right.
Hi everyone. I'm really struggling at the moment to find the right guy, and I feel like I'm not good enough or pretty enough or smart enough. I feel like I am not worthy any guy's time, and that I never will be. Any advice on what to do?
Oh my goodness.
Well, first off, it sounds like she needs to love herself first. You need to focus on yourself before you can focus on anybody else. And I think I had touched on that in the last episode about like how can you want something from somebody else if you're not willing to give it? Well, you going looking for something. And when you go looking for something, you're not going to get what you're looking for either. You're looking too hard. So maybe she needs to take a step back and reevaluate herself, before she even think about getting with anybody else.
Okay. Anybody else?
I agree. She needs to love herself first, because she's going to get some man that's going to be narcissistic, that's going to control her, and she's going to think he's the best thing, like sliced bread. No, she deserves better than that, because she's a beloved daughter of God. She's worthy. That's what she needs to find first.
And go ahead and take a trip to Miami to the plastic surgery clinic.
Yep.
We love you, Dawn.
Well,
I'm always about if it's that serious, I think you need to take a step back. So I don't think you should ever be so desperate to be looking for a guy. I don't know. I just have never thought that was our role as women. Like, go do you, be yourself. Go, I don't know, take a class, travel, get to know and love yourself. Do things that make you happy, so that you know when somebody walks into your life and they're adding to that or they're taking away from it. You should never be so empty that you need another person to fill you up.
Yeah, I agree. I would say that her whole statement screams of Jesus in therapy. Okay. she needs a lot of internal work, because even if she went to the plastic surgeon, even if she went and took classes and vacations, it's still, if her internals are where she feels unworthy, that she's not pretty, beautiful, smart, then all of that, she's still going to feel the same way. I don't care how much she changes on the outside. So she definitely needs to do her internal work independent of a relationship, because right now she will only attract someone that would not be good for her, because her insides are not reflective of that. So,
and she needs some real friends to tell her this, because she should have gotten here and still been thinking this. And I agree, therapy. And sometimes people don't know, like, it's easy for us to say, you just need to do this, you need to find yourself. But some people just don't know how to, it takes a deep dive, into really finding out the root of the problem. And she probably hasn't done that.
Right.
And to someone professionally, if she doesn't have a circle of friends that's given her that positive advice, because that shouldn't be her problem. Her problem is clearly herself, and she needs to find deep within and search deep within before she can even give herself to anybody else.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Definitely. All right, Dawn, you ready?
Yeah, I was just joking. Y'all know that, right?
You always joking.
Hey, but you know what?
Missed it anyway.
Sometimes plastic surgery makes somebody feel, I mean, depending on what you're talking about, makes them feel better about themselves.
I missed the whole comment. I just heard. Never mind. So yes, I'm ready. I'm gonna put it down. I was watching.
Contagious.
I'm watching Meghan Markle and such.
Oh, okay. I did see a news article flash across my phone, but I didn't read it. All right. So, do you want a question, a scenario, or a meme?
I don't know. You pick. Question.
Question. All right. I can do that. Let's see what we have. All right. You want me to read it or you want to read it?
I'll do it. Hey, that's not what. Okay. Hello, lady. How much of your past, if any, should you tell your significant other? Is there any part that is off limits? How much of your past should you tell your significant other? Significant other usually means what? Your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife?
I don't think it means husband or wife because they would say husband or wife.
Significant.
You know, like a serious relationship, committed, maybe long term.
How much of it? As much as you're comfortable with, without lying. I just feel like if you did it, own it, say it. What's happening? I don't know. I'm pretty honest. Cause shit, I'm a wild girl. I was a wild girl in my day now. 2009.
They just got to be able to handle it.
Yeah. 2007. It was a situation.
Oh my goodness. Did you go back to 2007? Okay, so
it's over 7 years ago. It's off my credit report. I'm good. But
I think it depends on how old you are, how long you've been in the game, so to speak. Like, I mean, have you changed your life? Like, do we really need to go back to before you matured, if you're mature? I don't know. It depends. I mean, unless you were in a situation that changed your health, then okay, that's something we need to discuss.
My thing is this, like when I sit and chat with my guy or whatever, usually like things come up that remind me of, I remember when I was 20, when I was whatever age, then I share my story. But I feel like it should just, if it comes up, say it. If it doesn't, like, depends on, I don't know. Do you want to run from the cops? I
got some of them stories.
That's kind of hard. Anybody else?
It is.
Well, I think everyone's situation is different. You know, everyone's relationships are going to be different, and what you share, and at the time that you choose to share it. So I think that there has to be some kind of, some kind of sensory in your relationship where you don't go into every single detail. But, you know, some people's significant others can be their best friends, and, you know, they do share a lot. And some people can handle more than other people, but that's knowing your significant other and really, you know, what they can handle. And some people can't even handle, them, knowing about a previous relationship from 2 years or 10 years ago. So you don't go that far. So it's just about, knowing that other person and knowing what they can handle. And, in time, you'll have these conversations, but still being able to keep some sense of this is holding on to this.
Also, don't ask me any numbers. I don't ask me numbers about nothing. Prices, either, nothing. Don't ask me anything with numbers. That's it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so you know how, like when you come to Jesus and He forgives your past. I mean, if you're not doing it anymore, you repented. I mean, I don't know what it could be, but I don't know. that everything
Well,
is
okay.
divulged.
I think for me, this is how I look at it. If it's a significant enough relationship where I think it's going to lead, like if we're not married, if not, we're not engaged, but I think that that's where it's going. If there's something that I would be upset if they withheld from me and I found out later, then I need to tell them that thing. You understand what I'm
about
saying?
yourself?
Yeah. So if I'm thinking like, oh, do I want to tell this person that or whatever? But if I flipped it and okay, if I found out later this thing about this person, would I be upset? If that's the case, then I need to go ahead and tell them, you know, because some of these things is kind of like if it comes out later, then it can break trust. You know, like, okay, why are you just telling me this? Like, you know, it also may make a difference in how the person wants to proceed in the relationship. So,
for example, what's an example? What's an example of, oh, you should have told me?
Well, okay, so this is an example. There was, okay, this wasn't me. I'm not faking like it was a friend. It truly was not me. But there was a couple where the woman had a really deep past where she was like, she wasn't just promiscuous, but she like did it professionally, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. And she did not tell her boyfriend, fiance, became husband until he found out after they got married, and he felt very betrayed, even though that was in her past. She was a different person and all that kind of stuff. And he divorced her.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am. He divorced her because it broke something in the trust, number one. And number two, I guess he just felt it was too much for him to handle, his woman spreading it wide for, $20. I don't know,
How much was he paying? See, you know what? That's
I don't know what he was saying. I don't think
you know a whole lot divorce. Damn.
But I'm saying there are some people. So to Sandy's point,
good night.
It depends on the relationship, the people, what they can and cannot handle. And you got to really learn who you're dealing with. And
Brandon wants to know, Brandon, this is what happened. She had a friend, air quotes, no, I'm just playing. She had a friend that used to be a hoe back in the day. She was a professional, she was a prostitute, basically.
A real hoe, yeah.
And she got with a guy, did not tell him. They got married. He found out that she was a prostitute and he divorced her. That's what happened, Brandon.
Wrong.
So now this is the thing. So my husband and I were both in our 40s when we got married. And I just felt like that's a lot of history. I don't need to ask you a whole lot of questions about your past as long as you're committed to me, you're honest with me, and you're transparent with me. But I did tell him, I'm like, I have one stipulation. And my one stipulation is do not let me be in the same room with somebody that you slept with and not let me know. Like, I don't want like everybody in the room to know, and I don't know. Like that's my only stipulation. Just let me know if I'm in the room with somebody.
Yeah,
that's it. Other than that, I don't need a list. I don't need numbers. I don't want to know. I want to focus on what we have and moving forward.
What if every time y'all go somewhere, he tells you, oh,
well, let's just thank you, Jesus. That hasn't happened.
Pass is still pass.
Oh gosh, that has not happened. Thank God. I don't know what I would do. We would have to like have. Let's reevaluate some things. I don't know.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
How about we get there? You'd be like, you know what? Let's just go. Okay, cool.
Right. Yeah.
Brandon, I know that's right, Brandon. I'm with you.
All right. I'm sorry. We got all. Okay, Sandi, it's your turn.
Yes.
All right. What would you like, young lady? Question, a scenario, or a meme?
I'll do a meme.
A meme.
Yeah.
Right. Has anybody noticed that I haven't had to share my screen?
Oh,
what the hell?
Wait.
Whoa.
Do you need me to read it or?
All I see is a hand.
It says when he finishes on your back, then you hear. That's all for today, guys. I can't even get it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. She's like, wait, what?
Yes, honey.
So
get that OnlyFans, Nessa.
Yeah, Sandi, that was yours. You chose a meme. Go, girl.
That again. I'm glad you took it off the screen.
Well, they cut out the meme. Whoever did the meme was very creative. They cut out the.
Yes, but we there was nothing left to interpretation. We clearly know this position.
Okay, but the guy says, "Thank you for joining."
Wow,
it's about to be.
Wow,
sorry, this is your response.
Oh, like if that's my husband, we got issues. If that's my man, we got issues. If that's a one night stand, we got issues. I mean, it's just issues.
You're speechless.
I'm speechless. I would have to think, like, if I'm really in this situation and this happened to me, did I bring my knife? Somebody about to get. This is crazy.
Yes.
I can't believe, like.
Yes.
It's I like, and it's crazy. Like, this may have happened too. There's some stuff that's going on. So
look around. You should have looked around.
You should have. Like, that's why you don't have them one nighters. That's why you get to know folks. You be looking. Is that teddy bear really pointed at me? Is that a nanny cam in there?
If a grown man has a teddy bear,
then what if he wrote your check like that's it? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And here's a check for.
That would make it all better. Here's a check for.
I'd be like,
that would help. Wait,
I'd be like, let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. How much of my face can you see? Is my tattoo showing?
I know I would not have the presence of mind to be asking all those questions. Somebody getting hit in the head with something.
I love it. In fact, I'm gonna try it next time if I ever get that opportunity.
That's because you're a comedian. You're trying to get hurt. You're trying to set yourself up to get hurt.
You don't really think it's true.
You can't wait. I'm scared for you, girl. Text me when you plan it so I can be on standby.
You know.
And I'm
she can be your driver.
Man, I'll wait outside. You better run. All right.
No face, no case. That's what Brandon said.
No face, no case.
Brandon, why are you encouraging dogs?
Oh my God.
I love him. Who is Brandon? He is
Wow.
All right.
Hey, Tamika.
Hello, ladies. Hey, Tamika.
Hey, Tamika.
Look, so okay. We're gonna let
next.
Yeah. Maisha, what would you like, young lady?
Definitely not a meme. Let's go with a question. Let's do a question.
Okay, cool. All right. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. If someone says, I love you, but you don't share the same feelings, what do you say?
I just say.
Thank you.
It's Maisha's turn.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking of that. Thank you would, I mean, thank you, I guess, would be okay, but it still would be hurtful. Honestly, that would kind of send the wrong message. But it would also send the right message that you don't feel the same way, which they need to know. So, yeah, I would say thank you, or oh, that's so sweet, or some other politically correct, slide away type of response. But you definitely don't want to say I love you back if you don't feel that way, because that would be sending them off, and that would be not good to do that. In my opinion. So,
well, what's the situation though? Is it somebody saying, "All right, girl, it's good seeing you, love you"? I'd be like, "Love you too, girl."
No, I didn't take it. I didn't take it
don't
like
think
that.
that's what
I took it as this person loves you, and
So
you
it's an
don't
intimate
love
situation.
them. Yeah.
And he fell in love first.
Yes.
Just say,
First
okay,
and only.
love you.
What if he's first and only? Like you don't feel that way about him at all.
You don't love him. I don't love you.
I would be like, damn. This is what
I'm blunt with it. I'm blunt. I don't love you. And I feel like in my generation, dudes use it so loosely. Oh, I love you. I don't love you. I love myself. I love me too. I don't love you. And dudes, I can't take them seriously when they say, even when my man said it the first time, it took a while. Took a while for me to say it back.
But you didn't say I don't love you to him.
No, not to my man.
Because you love. Well, you thought you might eventually.
I told him like we gon'. I didn't say it back though.
Okay. Yeah, I just gonna say it back. It happened to me. I'm like, oh man, oh wow, you love me? Are you sure? Like,
you love me too. That's cute.
I think it's the issue is when you know that you don't love that person. You know what I mean? Like there's that gray area time where you still maybe you do feel it, but you want to be sure and you're not ready to say it. That's different than you know you do not feel that way about this person. You probably never will.
Yeah, what she said, I will say, "Oh, I'm not there yet. Sorry." That's kind of how I am. Like, are we there yet already? You know,
I like this one. I like that. I'm still working through my feelings.
Or be like, "Why do you love me?"
That's a good one. That's a good
one. I'm still working through my feelings.
Yeah. Oh, that's the grown-up shit. I just remember saying, "Oh, okay." I remember clear that. He ended up being my boyfriend, but I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's cool. All right, y'all crazy. All right, Sandy, it's finally your turn.
All right. Well, definitely not a meme. A question, or what was the other one?
A scenario.
Okay, let's go with the scenario.
All right.
What's the scenario?
Okay, it's kind of small, so I can read it if you like. It says, to the ladies who are mothers, what do you guys do to discipline your kids? I try everything. I yell, I take things from them, I even spank them when necessary, but nothing seems to work. They don't want to listen to me, and this mama is worn out. I'm emotionally and physically exhausted. I'm tired of coming home from work every day and having to yell or take things from my kids. They are 7 and 10 years old. They know how to behave. I don't understand why I can't get them to listen to me. I feel like this is why people don't invite us to do things or want to be around us. Any advice would help.
Oh, wow. So I don't have children, but I have plenty of friends that have children. And I think that this is a good example of them not doing something when they were younger, because I feel like if a parent is disciplining them but explaining certain situations, because parents nowadays are different than when I was growing up. My mama, she would beat my ass and then I would understand and it would be okay. And then if I did it again, she would beat my ass again and then I would be okay. Like it wasn't, constantly usually the same thing. So, maybe, I don't know, how old is this parent? What kind of support do they have? When did they start disciplining their kids? At this point, it sounds like she's done everything. So maybe it's time to bring somebody else in to assess the situation and see where she's going wrong, because obviously she says that they know how to act. So is it that they're just not respecting her?
Right.
And they know, kids know where that point is with their parents, and they know where they can get over on certain things. So obviously kids now, and even back then we could get 25 beatings and it's like, okay, but let me just try it for the 26th time. So maybe she needs to bring in somebody else.
Yeah.
And find a different way to discipline. What she's using is not right.
Right. Yeah. So she says punishment and discipline are different things, which is true. I feel like when they say stuff like they're 7 and 10, so that's the start there. They're 7 and 10 and they know how to act, but she can't get them to act right. And she says she's doing all these things. The thing that stands out to me is consistency. I feel like sometimes parents are so frustrated that they're not paying attention to whether or not they are being consistent, because I think consistency is everything when it comes to discipline. If you say what you mean and mean what you say all the time.
Okay, so listen, I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. Okay, I am currently going through a divorce. I have beat, snatched, knocked. Okay. And the fact is, like, when at school they say, "Oh, they're such a great little boy," I say, "Oh, they use all their good boy images at school." You know, it's usually the opposite. Like, my kid don't do that at home. Like, I really say that. Like, what? He's good at school? What? But the younger one is learning more from the older one, because I really give him the business. But I really believe that it came from them seeing their dad react to me, even at that young age, because he damn near hates me, like, for right now. So I couldn't get them to listen. I'm talking about I did everything, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I did, and I'm consistent. I'm very involved. I go everywhere. I'm anyway. So I had to get their dad really. It's a FaceTime daddy. He's FTD. I call it fuck the daddy, but they call him FaceTime daddy. I'm sorry, FTD. So, but it worked. He was even able to discipline them over FaceTime, and it's just a different. I use my best deep voice and everything. Like, I was like, all right, I got something for you. And then this past weekend, he flew in just to tighten their asses up. So, in my opinion, even though they know how to act too, but they needed that daddy. They needed a man, somebody to lead by example. And I almost said his name, but he told me to keep his name out of my mouth. Stupid. Your name, stupid.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is I had to rely. And I think that males make a whole difference.
Yes. Well, I definitely do think it takes a village to raise a child. And so when things are not working, you do need to reach out to your village. I know I didn't have any problems with my children when they were young, but again, I was still married to their father. And I did start having problems when my oldest became a teenager. And I had to call his uncle. Like, I literally had to call his uncle and say, I need you over here right now. And he worked some things out. I let him go, take him into the room and close the door. Didn't ask no questions, but he hasn't been the same since. So we got that worked out. I called my village. You know, so it just depends. But yeah,
I agree with Tasha too, because separately, like, if I have one of them, like, when they're apart, it's totally different. They're the sweetest baby cakes in the world. But together, it's like, what the? I have to check to see if it's sixes in the top of it. But so I do. I did separate. I do separately. Like, let's go have our time. Let's talk. Like, I talk to them like big boys. We have big boy conversations because I don't have time for this. Like, y'all leaving soon. Like,
they're leaving soon.
Yeah.
They're 4 and 5.
7 and 5 is 12, right? We went through this before.
I told you, she adds the ages together.
She said you're leaving soon.
Okay. They are going to be roommates.
18 and a half.
Right. Okay, so I want Sandy to have a chance before we leave this evening, and we're coming close to the end. So Sandy, you want a chance?
That was
that was the, oh man, that means I have to go. No, I'm just like, okay. Okay, so since you all are scared, I'm gonna choose a meme.
Oh goodness.
All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, my boss told me dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Now I'm sitting in a disciplinary meeting. He's crazy. That was just, it was cute and crazy.
Yeah.
You know better. I don't know what else to say. Why would you dress for the job you want, not the job you have? Okay. No sixes. That's funny. Okay, well, we have, it looks like 5 minutes left. You guys want to talk about anything? Did you guys see Coming to America too?
I have not watched it yet. I'm trying not to get too many spoilers, but I have not watched it yet. I'm going to try to watch it in the next couple of days. But I heard negative things. I'm a little.
There's negative and positive. It's a.
What was you expecting from a damn comedy from 33 years ago?
Exactly.
I was hoping that they didn't mess it up. That was my only.
It was expanded. They didn't do it. It wasn't a remake. It wasn't a redo. It was a, what could they have been doing the last 33 years? I thought it was hilarious. It's satire. It's funny.
I agree. I agree. And Wesley Snipes, you only talked about Leslie and somebody else, but for me, Wesley Snipes with that, you'll see the walk that did it for every single time.
Okay.
Every single time. It was
Somebody else said that.
Comedy is so relative, though. You know what I mean? Like I can think something is hilarious, and somebody else may say, like that was not. You know what I mean? It's so relative. So I usually don't go by what other people say. I have to actually see it for myself, and because I may love it, you know. So we'll see.
True. I mean, I laughed. I just really, you said Wesley Snipes. I don't know. Somebody said that to me today, and I was like, I mean, I remember some things that he did, but I don't remember like laughing. I remember watching him like, oh, that's interesting, but
Wesley Snipes was a long way from being Nino Brown, honey. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah, he definitely was a long way from being Nino Brown. He was crazy.
I love just the idea of all of these Black folks having the opportunity to do this classic, film or the spinoff from a classic film. I love the idea of that, So if not for any other reason, I'm going to watch it and enjoy it for that, Yeah,
and you will. It was definitely nostalgic. Now I liked seeing those same characters because they did a very good job of bringing just about everybody back. I like seing them 33 years, behind.
That was so dope. I loved it. Zamunda.
Nobody died. Has anybody died from the original? Is everybody still alive from the? Wait,
you mean in real life?
In real life, the queen passed, didn't she? She
wasn't in the movie.
I think she passed away in real life. I think she may be the only one that's not alive.
Let me tell you who missed out on it. That Mr. Soul Glow, chump. What you doing, Eric?
Oh, Eric.
Right. And her sister wasn't in it. Patrice wasn't in there.
That's true.
Sure wasn't.
I could have played.
He doesn't act anymore.
Yeah, I think he was saying he was directing
Eric
something.
He's a director now.
Yeah, he's a director and a writer and stuff. He doesn't act anymore. So
he could have done a cameo.
I know, I agree, but I guess he like, nah.
I needed to see that Soul Glow. But I think you gotta see it. You got it. Okay. This is hilarious.
I know we
need to be on the couch.
Wait, please, no spoilers, y'all, please.
No, I'm trying not to. But
no, we didn't say anything.
I've seen it.
You can't even spoil it because it's stuff that you're gonna be looking for. Like, oh, okay, there it is. Oh,
okay.
I don't think that they had. I don't think they added enough. Like when you saw the outtakes.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. You will enjoy it.
Or Blade. That's funny. Filmed at I heard it was filmed at Rick Ross's house. I was like, wow, that's an amazing house there.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah. It was very regal.
Now let's get into this, honey. Let's get into the royal family.
The royal family, the royal family in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about it.
Oprah interviewed Prince Harry and Meghan.
Oh, I didn't. I only saw a clip. Yeah. It looked like she was telling all the behind the scenes of.
She was being really diplomatic and fair about it. She said she did not know the questions that Oprah was going to ask. She was going to try to answer everything to the best of her ability. One thing that really stood out was so wild as hell when she said when she was pregnant, they were concerned about the skin color of the baby.
They thought he was going to come out brown.
Wow.
She's black.
She was like,
she is black, but
what's the other chick's name? Meredith. The other.
The other royal wife.
Kate Middleton. Kate.
It seems like they was blaming everything on Meghan, and it was really Kate up in there acting up too. But Meghan really caught some bad ones, and they had to bounce, and they cut him off. He was like, luckily I had the money that my mama left him. I'm like, damn, she left your ass a grip. Like, didn't she die like 50 years ago?
Oh my God.
Yo,
not right, but
almost like what? That mansion, they live in a $14.5 million mansion.
Okay, Dawn.
And she's pregnant again.
I need you to pause because I gotta close, but don't go anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Don't go anywhere. I'm just gonna close. I want to say thank you, Sandy, for joining us. I had a fun time with you here, and maybe you'll come back one of these days.
I'd love to
kick it with us again. All right. Okay, let me close, guys. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so excited you took the time tonight to join us for our special Candid Conversations. It is Women's History Month, and we are having a ball, meeting and learning about all these amazing boss chicks. Sandi Robinson was awesome tonight, and I'm so glad we got to hear her story and learn about her organization, Shy Gives Back. Tune in next week to meet our next boss chick, Andrea McGee of House of 334. You don't want to miss it. Don't forget now to send in your questions, scenarios, and memes so we can keep the party going. Oh, yes. And thank you to Maisha for being a guest host once again. I'm just having a blast. I love Women's History Month. But again, thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel, reminding you to know and embrace true love because you are worth it. Have a blessed week. Good night.